Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Cantrip Breakers, in which we once again revisit the dark region of Mournveil, a homebrew gothic setting full of ghouls, ghosts, witches, werewolves, and of course, vampires. But before we get into it, we are missing one of our players this week, unfortunately. But in the meantime, let's go around and see who we do have. Arianna, would you like to go first?
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really easy, nice, and chill week for my character, Ayleen, because she doesn't have to watch Hazel, who is a child, because Hazel's not here today. Or I don't know, actually, if Hazel's going to stick around today. We never know. But if not, then I'm having a chill week. I'll be playing Ayleen, and Ayleen is a monk who's been raised in a monastery, and it was kind of like a cult, so she's very brainwashed, and she thinks that that she's doing everything right, and she's trying really, really hard to be a good person, but she has a little bit of a messed up brain because of it. So we'll see what she does this week.
And Elina.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes, actually. I'm playing as Ester, and she's a ranger elf from the Heartland Forest, and she got thrown out of her tribe, and now she's hanging out with Ayleen and Hazel and learning everything about the world. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun to see how this is now that we don't have Hazel with us. It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
And I'm Ed. I am the GM. I fill in all of the blank spaces within this world. I describe where we are. I describe the things and the people that you so often come into contact with, and generally try and keep control of the chaos that so often happens when running a TTRPG system. But speaking of chaos, you will have noticed that in the middle of the screen there is a donation bar. This is the Faith of the Gods bar. Essentially, every time you donate to it, you take it further and further and further up until once it reaches its maximum, something happens in the game that you cause. It could be good, it could be bad. Last week, it was a very rare occurrence where it was quite good. But whatever happens, it has an impact on the game, has an impact on our story, and it usually has fairly serious consequences for our characters and our players. So if you'd like to see that in action, feel free, it'll be much appreciated. And I believe that's everything. So without further ado, sit back and swim through the mists as we delve once more into the dark world of Mournveil in Chapter 11, Apples and Oranges. Confronted by Count Marius Amortis, the vampire that you had met once before when he stole away a member of your party, you surprised him by asking to bargain with the creature. And taken off guard, but nevertheless intrigued, he accepted your request. First addressing the blade in your possession, he revealed its name, the Sanguine Sword, a powerful weapon once belonging to a mighty warrior by the name of Gregor von Sanguis, an ancient vampire who sought to conquer the world that was, long before Mournveil was brought into the Shadowfell and trapped within the Mist Wall. For years, he remained undefeated, before finally being laid low and buried deep beneath the earth, in a grave of stone and fire. Count Marius revealed that he and his companions believe that this resting place exists beneath Mournveil, and that this is the sole reason of the region being stolen away from the material plane and to this realm of shadow. And more than this, he understands that the sword is the only thing that can truly defeat and slay von Sanguis, and that by plunging it into this immortal warrior, Mournveil may finally be released from its imprisoned state. Attention then turned to Hazel and her connection with the sword, seeing as it was found on her parents' ship in the middle of the Pallid Lake, and Marius charmed her to assist her in accessing memories long since forgotten. Memories of carrying the blade, of wielding it, of using it against her parents. Unable to believe these visions, she broke off, but Marius posited that this encounter with the sword, so eager to be returned to its master, is the very thing that dragged her into this realm, along with her parents' ship. And so, as you all struck a deal to help one another find von Sanguis's tomb, as well as dealing with the emerging threat to the west in the form of the Wraith King and his ghostly army, spirits began to appear in the woods around you, causing your hosts, the Barrowkin, to flee, and Marius to grab the sword and disappear into the sky in a swarm of bats, leaving you alone against this threat. And as you fought, with your attacks doing not quite as much damage as you would expect given their ethereal nature, Ayleen, you suddenly found yourself overwhelmed with power as you tapped into the life force of Ki all around you, and with an explosion of heavenly light, you dispatched the remaining ghosts. Confused, and with this new revelation, not to mention the others that you had been met with, you travelled south once more, back towards Renoras, and to the next chapter of your journey. And as the cart trundles into the town, with Captain Byron at the gates just, "Open up!" And the cart makes its way through into the sinking town of Renoras, that with buildings on stilts that slowly descend down into the wet ground all around, with homeless and the poor walking all around, some huddling for shelter and others begging for coin. You find yourself once more in the miserable streets of Renoras. And as you ride, for the duration of the journey, Hazel has been quiet. And you've noticed that since your conversation with Marius, despite the fact she did not believe a word that he said, you can sense that there is something wrong. And as the cart pulls into the town and you see the Bat's Wing Tavern off to one side, she just, without a word, jumps off, down onto the ground. And as the grey sun continues coming up over the horizon of the pallid lake, obscured by cloud cover and mist, she just runs in the direction of the Bat's Wing Tavern, ascending its steps as the door closes behind her. And Mank just looks up from where he sits. You think she's all right?
Yeah. I think she's okay. She will be, at least. But she might need a break. Just a little bit. To get over whatever just happened. Do you think it's true? Do you think she killed her parents?
I don't know. I know I don't trust vampires, though.
No, I don't either.
Think it was a mistake?
I don't know.
Well, if it was, it's too late to turn back now. We gave away the thing that we were meant to be keeping on us.
Yeah.
We weren't meant to keep anything on us. We were meant to get rid of it.
We had a job to do, and...
Yeah.
But if you think that as a leap of faith this is worth doing...
Yeah. I feel that we had no choice. This was the obvious thing to do.
What will he do with it? Are you sure he will hide it away?
I mean, he's gonna save everyone.
It's a vampire. Do they want to save everyone?
I mean, it's better to risk getting saved than to give up and just let death have it and spread like a disease.
That's another thing. What was that back there?
You mean with my arms? With my hands? The glow?
Yeah, what was that?
That was the light. That was the light. The light that I'm gonna spread.
Do all monks do that?
I think only the good ones.
Is that right? Okay. Okay.
Why are you laughing about that?
No.
Did you not
No.
see what I did?
I I did.
I didn't see anyone else do that.
No,
It
was really cool.
Your arrows were going straight through them.
Yeah, I had no idea what to do with them. I hate those ghosts. So that was really cool.
Thank you.
So, it's a new day. I'm still quite tired, but what's our first move?
We have to go to the pond and tell him what we know and what we've done.
So you're going to break the news to him then?
I don't mind. I think he'll be delighted.
I can join.
Well, sounds like fun. I'll come as well. If only to see what his reaction might be.
Alright, but before we do that, I'm gonna quickly check up on Hazel, okay? Just to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, better do that, I think.
Alright, fine.
And I would just like not go inside, but find like a window to see if she's not drinking alcohol.
Make an insight check for me.
Alright. 13.
13. As you look through the window, you just peek through, and it's fairly like muggy. Like the actual windows themselves are as dirty as the rest of the town. And as you stand there just sort of looking through the window, you see that rather than at the bar, Hazel is just sat in a fairly battered looking leather chair on one side of the room. And she just sits there, her arms crossed, and you see that on her shoulder, just sort of like nuzzling against her cheek, you see Jerry just like... There's no one else in the bar, no one except for the barkeep. And sat just in front of the bar, you see a familiar figure. The monk, Elder Myrene, with large orcish arms just resting on the bar as a number of empty tankards sit in front of her as she just continues to drink away. But other than this, Hazel is quiet. She just sits there.
Ayleen is realizing that she maybe wants to be alone and decides to first do what she needs to do and then check up on her again after. So she goes back to Hansel, not Hansel. She goes all the way back to Hansel. She goes back to Mank and Esther.
Was she okay?
I think she will be okay. I think she needs to be alone for a while.
Oh.
But at least she's not drinking rum, so that's a good sign.
Or is it a good sign?
Yes, that's a good sign, Esther.
Well, give it time. The day's still young.
Okay. No. Yeah. We should go.
Right. This way then. And you direct the cart further on down until eventually you come to the familiar sunken house deeper into the town and the steps that descend down to the door below ground level. Mank tentatively hops off, and as he does so, you just hear him just, God. Whew. Took it out of me, I tell you what.
Or do you need to rest?
Oh yeah, I can rest later on.
Oh, okay.
See what Mr. DuPont will want me to do next.
Yeah. Yeah, you're leaving us now, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh no.
Unless DuPont has another job for you that involves, and it's something that we can do too.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to, just hang out with us. That would be fine too. I mean, you're a really good fighter. Oh, okay.
He just talks about money.
Guess not.
Just is trying to ignore the question as he just like waits, and then you just hear a "Come here," and Mank just turns to both of you and right, story time. Just opens the door, and inside you see once more the various trinkets hanging from the ceiling, the red sword and the black handle, just all of them slowly swaying ever so slightly back and forth, and a whole menagerie and cornucopia of different items scattered around the room. And at the other end, behind a large mahogany desk, the very pale, hunched and emaciated figure of Mr. Dupont. Well, the adventurers return.
Hello.
Hello. We're back.
You are missing one of your party. I hope this doesn't mean any ill befell you.
No, she's just a child, so she goes to bed earlier.
In
I
the
would
morning.
frown a little bit why I was lying about that. Like I wasn't.
Make a deception check for fun.
I do not know why I did that. Not 20 though.
Oh, okay.
He just goes, fair enough. I guess that means we can just speak openly as adults. Would anyone care for anything to drink?
Yes, please. What do you have?
Well, I have some wine, I have some rum, I have some...
Do you have some chamomile tea?
Yes, I do.
I would like some chamomile tea.
All right. Mank, rum, and Mank just... So... The sword, where did you...
So before we explain what we did with the sword, what's your opinion on vampires?
Good one. Smooth.
It's an interesting question to open up with. Vampires! They are something of a mystery. As far as I understand it, when Mournveil first came to the Shadowfell, and the mist wall surrounded, no one still living knew why they had come here. No one knew why this place had been trapped. And then from out of the mist wall, here's your tea.
Oh, that was quick.
The vampires came. And they traveled to Mournmount, and they asked to see all of the nobles, all of the noble families. And they were granted an audience with them. And they shut themselves away. This was nearly 1,000 years ago when we first came here. And no one knows. No one knows what they talked about within those walls. Only the noble families. But since then, every 10 years the vampires come. They go into the castle of Mournmount, and they speak with the nobles, and then they come out, and then they disappear back into the mist walls every decade, like the inner workings of a clock.
Okay, so what's your opinion about vampires?
My opinion is that they are dangerous. And I believe that whatever brought Mournveil here likely has something to do with them.
Definitely, yes. Which also means they can reverse it. Given the right help.
I see no reason why. They seem to have a fairly good thing going. No one will admit it, of course, but there are sightings. Sightings around Mournveil of individuals being drained of blood. We are fish in a barrel within the mist wall.
Mm-hmm.
An all-you-can-eat buffet. Surely that would be the only reason to bring an unending stream of mortal beings into the Shadowfell, wouldn't you say?
No, I don't think that would be the only reason. I mean, who knows what's outside there? Right out of these walls. Like, maybe the only living things are here, and that's why they have to be here, because they don't know how to get out of that part.
Oh, wow.
Why are you asking me
All right,
this, as fascinating as this is?
So, I have one more question before I answer that specific question. Would you rather have Mournveil be destroyed by death, or work together with a vampire to bring the light back? if you had to choose between those two?
I take it we have stopped speaking in hypotheticals.
Yes.
Maybe.
What did you do with the sword?
Well, we were being chased by death itself. There are people in the woods, the Barrow Woods, alive, and they know a lot about what's happening in the wastelands and why it is such a waste. And as she would like get a little bit uncomfortable with the glare that she's currently getting from, so she's like losing her thoughts a little bit, death is spreading down north to south, so that's not good. And if death would have gotten the sword, if we planted it like we said we would, death would have gotten the sword and we would be doomed. So instead, we decided that it was better to give it to a vampire.
Mr. DuPont, don't hate us, please.
Why would I hate you, Esther?
I don't know.
It's a good thing.
Is it
Because
now?
because it is not just that we gave them the sword, we got something in return which is way more valuable to both us, all of Mournveil, and you, sir.
And what, pray, did you receive in return?
We are going to work together with this vampire. I will be non-stop informed and we will be working together, and I could tell you what I see/hear, and that would be valuable to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck. That's an 8.
He looks at you and... So let me get this straight. I asked you to take an artifact of inconceivable importance to a place that I could access if needs be.
Mm-hmm.
To look into why Mournveil was brought here in the first place, and instead you have given it to our captors. Is that right?
No.
Or am I leaving out any details?
You are leaving out a lot of details. What really happened is that we took a dangerous artifact that, if it would have fallen in the hands of the wrong person, aka death itself, it would have destroyed everything in Mournveil, and instead I gave it to someone who knows how to wield it and who wants to help us.
And you trust this man?
We're gonna
Honestly,
find
there
him.
is no way to not trust him. It is either die or have a chance of life. And yeah, it's not weird that we chose have a chance of life. And honestly, anyone who doesn't think like that needs to sort their priorities.
We're gonna find him and make sure he doesn't do anything bad. Like if we don't get to hear that he's done what he promised us.
He turns to Mank. And I suppose you just let this happen. With all due respect, I wasn't around when this decision was being made, but I do trust their judgment. Is that right? Trust is not Mank's thing. You will probably have gathered.
So that means it's very meaningful.
Yeah.
Also, didn't you say that you've been collecting these artifacts for years and years and years on end without any result, and Mournveil not having changed a single bit, if anything just gotten worse? What good would that sword, that dangerous sword that is absolutely terrible to have around, what good is that going to do you? You have no idea. You don't know what to do with it. One man alone isn't smart enough. This vampire knows how it works. Plus, we now have a valuable relationship with our captors, as you call them.
Did he tell you what it is, what it does, what he's planning to do with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, here we go. More information than you would have gotten in 100 years. It's the Sanguine Blade. And it's
connected.
Checks quickly note out of character. It used to belong to a man called von Sanguish.
Yeah.
And who is apparently buried somewhere around here, and the reason that Mournveil is what it is. Bet you didn't know that yet. You're welcome.
So there is a tomb somewhere in Mournveil.
Correct.
Any indication as to where that might be?
Under the ground.
Obviously.
But as I said, well, I haven't said that yet, but I'm going to say it now. We had a very short conversation with this man, and he will contact us again. And then we'll know more. But honestly, it's already been way more valuable than what you could have managed in years.
You have no idea what I have done over the last few years. Do not presume to understand what I am capable of. Do you understand, monk?
He's really cool, Arianna.
Who's Arianna?
Ayleen, I meant.
Sorry, what did you say, Esther?
He's really strong, DuPont.
And so is the vampire, and so are we, and so am I, and I think this tone is not needed, sir. If anything, we've done you a favor, but if you do not want to work with us anymore, that's totally fine. Then we will just go and work with this vampire and learn all the secrets and fix this for you, if that is what you rather have.
I don't like vampires.
Mank just leans next to you, Esther. Neither do I.
Yeah.
Mr. DuPont just looks between you both. What does the one from outside the mist wall have to say about this? The little one.
Not a lot.
She's currently going through something.
Yeah.
I don't think she's saying anything about it. Also, I don't think a child's opinion matters that much.
True.
Interesting words coming from a monk of the Order of the Dawn.
That their opinion doesn't mean much doesn't mean that they don't mean much, DuPont. Interesting take, though.
So, I suppose what's done is done and cannot be reversed, so the question is now, what are you planning to do next?
Waiting for answers from him, right?
I think we're going to the monastery.
Fair enough. Perhaps I might be able to assist in my own small way. Considering you have entered a pact with a creature that we do not know whether we can trust and do not know whether he has your best interests at heart. We need to fortify ourselves with as much information as possible. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
In that case, I potentially have a favor to ask of you.
Yes.
By favor, of course, I mean you will be monetarily rewarded. This sigil, and he points in the direction of the various trinkets hanging from the ceiling, the red blade and the black hilt. If they are connected with this sword, and if this vampire friend of yours is telling the truth, then as I suspected, it holds the answer. There is only one place in Mournveil I have not been able to investigate. It's a place I cannot get to. But you might.
Okay. Why can't you go there, and what place is this?
Your elf friend might be familiar with it.
Huh?
Where?
The town of Hartstead, in the middle of the Heartland Forest.
No.
Wait, why can't you go there?
Forest is not a problem.
Very private.
The town, on the other hand. Several years ago, became closed off. Its ruler, Count Gaius Reinhardt, ordered the Morning Guard to be cast out and into the Heartland Forest. Since then, no one has entered the town, no one has left, and no one knows why.
Yeah.
But they have isolated themselves from the rest of the standing settlements of Mournveil. I have heard rumors that there have been sightings of objects, artifacts within the Heartland Woods, and I imagine within the town themselves, but I had contacts observing the town, keeping me abreast to its movements, and one of them recently went missing. A man by the name of Victor. And at this, Ester, next to you, you see Mank just shift a little.
Mank?
You mean Victor's gone? It appears so, Mank. So, my offer is twofold. I will pay you to retrieve this individual, but also infiltrate Hartstead and see if you can find out exactly why they have cut themselves off, but also whether the rumors of sightings of the sigil are true. Because I believe if there is something hidden, it will be within that town.
I don't want to go.
That doesn't seem like a problem to me. Esther, why don't you want to go?
It's my forest. I don't want to go back there.
Why not? Oh,
You know why.
right.
It's-
Generally, when elves are cast out, they are not permitted back.
All right, then we'll just disguise you. It's fine, Esther. We can change your appearance. It's not a problem.
Can we?
Yeah, we can even maybe contact Ophelia and ask if she can do it for you.
Mm,
Isn't it on the
Maybe.
way?
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I need to think about it.
Well, you know the land more than most.
If anything, you have to come. Like, if it's a maze or if it's dangerous, you will know.
I know the forest. I know it so well. I know everything.
Okay, well, how about you guide us to the forest, and then when we reach the town, you stick behind.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Mank, what about you?
You can see that Mank is still looking at DuPont, and he seems quite distracted. Like, Mank, as aloof as he is very often indifferent to his surroundings, but he's just looking in the direction of Mr. DuPont. And for once, he seems hesitant.
Mank,
Sorry, what?
you okay?
Yeah.
Was Victor your friend?
You could say that.
I'm sorry.
Are you from Hardston?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Hmm.
I just, yeah, he's a friend, so,
Oh, we better find your friend then.
I don't know the area, but, not well.
Hmm.
Do you need, an extra pair of hands?
Yes, always.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be good.
In that case, Mr. DuPont, I would like to go. Are you sure that's a wise idea, man? Commotions, and I want to go.
Hmm.
Fair enough. So you will take my offer then? Or do you need to think it over
No,
a little more?
I think
Esther?
this is... Oh,
Well, I'll go. I don't wanna be someone that says no to something important like this. So no, I'll figure something out.
I assure you, while I was interested in Hartstead to begin with, the fact that you have made this somewhat impromptu deal with an individual we do not know whether we can trust has somewhat accelerated my plans.
that sounds like a good thing.
It can be, unless you are rushing into something that you do not understand.
Who is this Victor, and where do we need him?
He was a spy for me. He was living in Norras, and then I sent him south to the Heartland Forest, to see if he could ascertain anything about Hartstead and its leaders. I received a couple of letters back and forth. Just before he disappeared, he told me he had news that he wished to share with me. And then the letters stopped. He may well not be alive, but I would like you to check for me. And if he is, I would very much like to know what he wished to share.
And you think this is gonna help with saving Mournveil?
Through Mank and others, I have scoured Mournveil for answers to this sign, to what the sword might portend, and while I may not agree with your methods, giving it to this vampire has yielded information that is useful, and like you say, information that it would have taken me a very long time to receive. But of all of the places that I have been able to look, and I have looked within Witchshore, I have looked within Everspire, I've even looked within Mournmount itself, Hartstead has eluded me. They are very secretive, and I know not why. If there are any answers that I have not yet found, they will be in that town. Call it a hunch. And he sort of wryly gestures towards his hunched back. But I know when my gut is right.
Then consider it done.
And luckily for you, your monastery is south as well. A little off the beaten path, but perhaps you can take in some sightseeing along the way. Is there anything else?
Well, personally do not care too much, but we have another person who's currently still in the inn who would probably want to know how much money are we speaking about? How much gold?
I will give you all. And he looks at you for a moment, and then you, Ester. How does 100 each sound?
Gold is gold.
All right. Talk it over. I know your friend is a very hard business person. She might disagree.
I think she's gonna be fine.
Yeah, me too.
Very well.
Mr. DuPont, can I ask you? You told me to ask you for anything, if I needed anything when we talked.
Of course.
I was wondering if you had any. I've been starting to think about how to fight a little bit better, and I wanted some arrows. If you have these special ones, I saw someone in the town heard someone talk about it, about some flame arrows, or that there were some special arrows, and I was wondering if you had some.
They won't be cheap.
No.
But I can probably find something out back.
Yeah.
All right. Just wait here. And he stands as he goes and looks at how much they cost. Are there any conversations that you want to be having while this is happening?
Yeah. So, are you okay with this, Ayleen?
Yeah, I think this is really important.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't sure, like, I wanted to go back to the monastery to check in with the elders and see if they agreed with the path that I'm on. Mm-hmm. But after that, I wouldn't know what to do next except for wait for the vampire to show up again. But now I feel like we have another purpose, something that is really important. And I feel that we are kind of like the center of it all. It's just everyone has a little part of the puzzle and we are in the middle of it, just like a magnet, and all the puzzles are like drawn towards us, and we're gonna save everyone. You and me.
Are we so sure we're on the right path though?
I feel it. Did you not see the light was supporting what we're doing? Yeah. I made the decision to help the vampire, and the light inside me just burst out. And that's everything. It means so much, and I think I am the center of everything.
Yeah.
And I think I can make everything better. I feel it. I finally know why I was given away, why I had to be in the monastery, why I needed that training. I am the chosen one. I know it.
Oh.
Mank just looks across at Ester and then at you, and is there much room for the rest of us in your chosen one story?
Of course. I mean, all heroes in the stories have sidekicks, right?
Right.
Is that something your ego can handle, or has the light shown itself in you as well?
I don't think it's my ego I need to worry about. And with that, Mr. DuPont just comes out, and so I don't have much in the way of magical weaponry, but these should do the trick. And bringing forth, he puts out 6 arrows, and he just looks at them and goes, 20 gold each. You may take as many as you wish, but seems a reasonable price. I would charge more for people that I do not know.
What? Yeah, I think I have. Enough for 4, I think. Not 5. Yeah.
Mank just leans forward and, hey, boss, if take 20 gold off my cut and
Mank.
Wow. That is not something I ever thought you would say.
Well, you know, it would be useful to have some more artillery as we're on our way, I would say.
All right, take some 20 out of mine too then.
Oh, guys.
Very well. In which case, I will. I was just suddenly doing some mental maths. So I was like, 40? No, that's not right. So that is 80 gold from yourself, and 20 from each of your friends.
Thank you, guys. Mank.
And I will send you the rules for that, because I'm going to have to homebrew that. So I will send that to you after the session.
Yeah.
Well, as ever, it has been surprising, but it has been a pleasure doing business with you. I would ask that you keep me informed of what you are doing.
Like through letters?
If you can, please.
If you trust the mailing system, sure. Or do you want me to learn any codes?
There is a rookery near the center of town. It has ravens. I have a personal one. You will take the raven with you. It will usher letters from you, and it will bring you letters from me.
All right.
I actually also thought about that, and I can send messengers too. Just so you know, Ayleen.
Wait, you mean like you have birds?
No, I can tell animals to send a message.
Where you speak with animals?
I can. I thought about it the other day.
Is that why you didn't want me to kill the dog? Wolf?
Yeah. Like, I thought about it the other day about how rangers have they have ranger spells, right? And I found out
Wait.
I could talk to animals and
spells? You know magic?
Ranger magic, it's called.
What is ranger magic?
What is ranger spells?
What is name one ranger spell?
I can, for example, touch an animal, and the animal will listen to me for a while. And I tell it to do stuff, and it will do stuff.
Like a dog trainer?
Yeah, but I can train different animals too. Any animal, it seems like.
So you can speak to animals?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, and I would just like look at dog and just like... What's he thinking now?
He is just happy to be here.
You're just making that up.
No. It's
Okay,
true.
I'm gonna whisper something in the little dog's ear, and then you're gonna tell me what I whispered. Okay?
I haven't really I haven't really done the spell.
So you're just making it up now.
No, I have the spell. Wait, let me do it. Let me do it. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm ready.
And I
Yeah.
was just like, pick up the little wolf.
Yeah,
Just like licks your nose a little bit.
yeah.
All right. Okay. And I would whisper. Do I whisper it out loud or what do I do?
Yeah, whisper out loud.
The chamomile tea was delicious. Well,
Ed, the GM didn't hear that. What was that? Sorry?
the chamomile tea was delicious.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay, Doug. Okay. I haven't really tried this that many times before. Okay. And she uses the speak with animals spell slot.
I don't know if was this even possible? Because it says beasts is limited by their intelligence. But at minimum, at minimum,
Maybe he's smart.
Maybe
He's smart. Maybe.
So as you look towards him, he just sort of like cocks his head a little bit, and one of his ears just like flops down a bit, and he just.
Okay, Doug. What did Ayleen say to you?
Elena, tea.
Tea. Okay.
It's delicious.
Oh.
What are you laughing? What is he saying?
He sounds funny when he talks. He is a funny. Yeah. He
Okay, well,
sounds
like
funny.
what did he say?
He said the tea is delicious or something. Like, yeah. He's not very.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's exactly.
Sounds weird.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. What?
Good job.
And you just tell me this now?
No, I just figured it out.
That is really impressive. That is something so handy.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we can send your letters back, regardless of your bird.
Yeah.
Mank is just like looking on like, you guys are very strange, you know that.
No, you.
No, you.
No.
Mr. DuPont just looks on. Well, this is all very fascinating. Where are you going now?
To where you said we should go, right?
Okay, well, then I see no reason for you to hang about.
All right.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way, for the sword.
I don't know whether I should thank you yet, but we will find out, won't we?
Did we get paid?
No. Let me sort that as well. And he moves out, and just because I've written a lot since then, remind me how much you're being paid for this?
Oh, friend, if that sticky note is still around, it's American.
80 gold. Does that sound right? 80 gold each.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so he reaches behind the desk and he sort of counts out these small stacks of golden coins before pushing them towards you. And there you go, 80 gold, as promised, I
And
think.
for Gloss? For Hazel?
For Hazel too, there we go.
Thank you. And I would take Hazel's part.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
And I hope home isn't too overwhelming.
Yeah, we'll see about that. How it's gonna be. I might just end up hiding in the trees all the time.
I do not envy you.
No, I understand that.
Well, best of luck.
Hmm.
And Mank just turns to look at him. Keep a watchful eye. And Mank just nods and heads towards the door.
I would follow. Or lead, depending on what the rest is doing.
And Ester, what are you doing?
Following. Goodbye.
Okay. So long. And you head on out where your cart is parked, and once again you are met with the sound of Renoras all around you, with people moving backwards and forward, and the odd cart making its way through the grimy, dirty streets. But as the door shuts behind you and you ascend the steps into the streets once more, what are you doing, and where are you going?
See, I told you. I told you he'd be happy. I told you.
I have very rarely seen Mr. DuPont happy, but I can tell you now,
He was kind of happy. Yeah.
that was restrained anger you just saw. That
Oh.
was not happy.
He seemed happy.
Why not?
Mr. DuPont is not used to things being out of his control.
Okay.
I've learnt that only once before.
All right. Well, he's just gotta suck it up because this is way more important than his ego.
You have a very funny way of treating your employers.
He's
I can
not my
tell you've-
employer. I do not have an employer. I work for the ministry. Monastery. Sorry. Did not
Potter
say
time.
Ministry of Magic. No.
I just go through my notes real quick, like, what?
For the monastery, and I only need to bring the light, and whatever I do on the way there, if anyone wants to pay me for what I do, that is fine, but not necessary. He's not my employer. I do not answer to him.
Interesting.
Why?
You seem like someone of principle, but those principles can be bought? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, that's completely... No, you're misunderstanding me completely now. I work for the monastery. The order is who I work for. The end. If on my journey someone has a small side thing for me to do, sure, I'll do that. But I think this is exactly what the monastery wants me to do. And I need gold for that. I need gold to be able to do my job right. So if anyone wants to pay me for that, then that's very generous and very good, but I do not answer to them.
Could be quite convincing when you want to. So when are we heading off then?
Well,
We have to talk or say hi. See if Hazel is good, right?
well, we're definitely not going without Hazel, and Hazel
Yeah.
Hazel will be okay. She will be fine. I'm just thinking if I don't know if I want to go to the monastery first and see if I'm on the right path, or trust my gut and go straight into the forest and search for this Victor person. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. What do you think?
I think your gut is a good gut.
Look, I
To speak it that way. To say it that way. I think you should trust it.
if your gut pointed you in the direction of the Heartland Forest first, I would appreciate that.
He seems very urgent, like he really wants to find Victor.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's settled. Then that's how we'll go.
Who's Victor to you, Monk?
Make a
Okay.
persuasion check.
Can't just be a friend, right? Let's see. Oh, 8. Damn.
He just looks at you and... Let's just keep this professional, okay?
We're far beyond professional, man.
He's got a point.
Let us just say there are some things that I don't tell anyone. I mean, anyone. That includes people that I've only known for under a week.
Well, if there's anything you want to talk about to us in the future, just know that you can safely do that and there won't be any judgment.
That is very, very generous of you. Thank you.
I'm wounded.
Should we rest?
I could use maybe a day or two to have a proper reset. That's a lot that has been going on that I need to process. There's a lot of things that I need to meditate about. I'm not sure if Renora's is the best place to do that because it's not very pretty here, and my dad is right around the corner, which I also don't really want to walk into.
Do you want to say hi to him again?
Absolutely never again.
Oh.
No, that was
Never.
a disaster. I hate him.
Oh.
But I do need a break. So, and I think there's no other city nearby that we can do this. So I'd say let's stay here 2 nights, sleep tonight, and then have a whole day and then move the morning after. Is that okay with everyone?
Unless man wants to run, yes, I'm fine.
Mike?
I would like to head off as soon as possible, but I understand the need to recoup first, so yeah, we rest and then we go.
Okay. We rest, we restock, see if I can find some new horses, because we're running really low on them all the time. And then tomorrow, like the day after tomorrow, we'll try to take as little breaks as possible until we are where we need to be.
Yes.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go get a room at the Bat's Wing. I'll see you when I see you.
All right.
Take it easy, Meg.
Yeah, you too. With that, he just heads off into town, disappearing into the crowds, making his way towards the Bat's Wing. The two of you, are you doing anything immediately? Is there anything that you want to do with the rest of the day, or are you
What
just...
is the time right now?
So the time now is probably around midday, I would say.
Oh, I thought it was evening.
No, so you arrived kind of, if memory serves, relatively early in the morning, I think.
Okay, so we didn't sleep last night.
You did just before the fight.
I didn't.
You did not. No, you are very
Exhausted.
tired.
Yeah, then I think I'm going to take a nap somewhere.
Okay. So you head on into the Bat's Wing, and you look around and Hazel is nowhere to be seen. But you head to the barkeep and you head upstairs and you find yourself a room and you settle down for the night. Esther, are you doing anything at all?
Esther sits down, stares at the bar, having a glass of wine. Just chilling.
So, you sleep and you drink. And Ayleen, you pass out very, very quickly. You are exhausted. But Esther, it takes you a little longer before you eventually head to bed. But looking around, you see the bar is empty. There is no sign of Hazel at all, in fact. It is quiet. It is just you and the barkeep. And as you sit there, eventually the door opens and an individual walks in, tall, very broad, with no sleeves, very, very thick arms, as Elder Myrene steps forward, this orcish individual just sitting down next to you at the bar and long, wild ponytail hanging behind her. And she just looks at you and nods. You are one with the monk, is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Ayleen, yeah. Yeah, that's me.
Yes. Your little friend likes to drink almost as much as I do.
Did you drink today? I thought she wasn't gonna.
She did, quite a lot.
Oh, okay. Arianna's not gonna be happy about that. I see.
Well, she is safe at my place.
She's at your place?
She is, yes.
Why?
I thought better for her to sleep somewhere where someone can look after her. You two seemed nowhere to be found.
Oh, no. Yeah, we were away. Doing business. Yeah, business. You could say. Oh. I mean, we need to take her with us soon, so I hope you're okay with us crashing your house.
There's not room for you to sleep, but you can pick her up in the morning. That is fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna sleep at your place.
I must say that it is unusual for Monk to be traveling with so many people. You
know him?
Not Mank, Monk.
Monk.
I am aware of Mank, but no, I am speaking of your friend that you are traveling.
What is that accent you have?
It is my family, the family line. It is from before Mournveil was brought here, but it has endured through the centuries.
Oh.
Originally, my family from a place in the old world, a place called, I believe the name was Icewind Dale. Oh. The accent has stayed for a long time, but even with our displacement to this place.
Oh.
What are you drinking? I will get next round.
I'm having wine tonight. I wanted to drink something else than rum for once.
Fair enough. Barkeep, I will have another wine and I will have ale. And the barkeep just nods and brings out 2 tankards and just pushes them forward. So, how comes it then that you are traveling with and I will be careful how I pronounce this, monk?
Monk, yeah, our friend, his name is Mank, so I was a bit confused.
Yes, I can understand that.
No, I'm not sure. She thinks she's on a big mission, and I'm kind of tagging along because it seems like it's something big. But
all the members of the Order are serving a mission that is far larger than themselves.
Yeah, I know this. I'm not very familiar with that, but if she likes it, then she likes it, I assume.
So you are following this person that you do not really know and you do not believe in what they believe in?
No, since I'm from in the forest. I mean, my tribe, and we didn't really believe in anything but nature gods, I would say. So we never really.
Well, in many ways, the Order is quite similar to that. We believe in the light that flows through all things, the life force that flows through nature, and it is what connects us to the world that was.
Yeah, it's kind of what we have to, I would say. I wonder what Arianna would say. No, Ayleen would say about that. Again.
Well, it is good that you have blind faith in this, I suppose. You are helping serve the light in your own way.
I don't have anywhere else where I could go, really, I would say. And I know they're good people, so what they believe in doesn't really matter to me, as long as the person is there, I would say.
That is wise, but I would expect nothing less of an elf. How old are you, by the way?
I lost count now. 100 something.
A long time you have lived in this world.
Yeah, but I've been in the forest 100 of those years, so it's...
What takes you outside of it, and what brings you into contact with a alcoholic halfling and a monk?
I didn't choose it. I just happened to be kicked out, and then I was walking around and hunting stuff, and I just bumped into them. They were actually some of the first people I interacted with outside of the tribe. So, yeah.
A few things in this life are coincidence. I would say that your paths were meant to cross, I would say.
It was oddly convenient for me to just stumble upon something like these people, which is why I'm holding on to them, because I feel like they took me in some, and they were so nice to me.
You see that over the course of this, she's just downed the rest of her ale and just slams it down, and almost sort of mechanically, the barkeep just immediately supplies another one, and she starts drinking. And well, I am glad that fate has seen it fit to help you on your journey.
Yeah.
I believe there's no such thing as coincidence in this life.
Oh, really?
Yes, I believe there's fate. I believe there's the things that are meant to be. And if your path crossed you with a member of the Order, it is meant to be.
Oh, so you believe in the Order thingy? Their stuff?
She just reaches into her shirt and just brings out a wooden necklace, which has the same symbol as that which Ayleen carries around. I do not just believe it, but it is me, and I am it.
Oh, you're a mank too.
Yes, I am. How you say a mank? That is what I am. I have been a very long time.
Oh. What are you doing here then?
This is my placement. I have been here for 5 years or so.
Oh. Doing what? Drinking ale?
Life is not always easy.
No. Definitely not.
So what do you make of this little town that you find yourself in? What do you make of Renoras?
It's cute. It's
You don't need to bullshit a bullshitter.
it's a town. It's kind of dirty.
It is a piece of shit.
Okay. I don't want to be rude towards the town, but it has life in it, which is very... I've never seen a town really before I came out of the forest. I've never really seen a town, and the sense of a town, like it fascinates me, because everybody lives in a dirt pile. Pretty much. It's interesting. All these different people come to one town just to trade experiences, I assume.
Not all towns are like this one.
There's nice towns too.
There are, and I have seen them, but this place... It is not a kind place.
Why not? What?
So many reasons.
What do you know DuPont? Mr. DuPont?
I am aware of Mr. DuPont, but we have never had much in the way of dealings. But he does what he does, and I do what I do.
Would you say he's a good man?
I do not know if anyone in Renoir is good.
Oh.
But there are plenty of people in need of help because of the acts of bad men.
Oh, okay.
This place used to be good. This place used to be great. And it is not anymore.
But what happened?
Long time ago, before even I was born, they used to be friends with the town of Everspire to the south. And then, in their hour of need, they were abandoned by their allies. And this town has limped on ever since. Bad blood runs between them. An irreparable rift, but ever since, this place has fallen. It has fallen and it has sunk deeper and deeper. And as a result, the count of this town, Glomkin is his name, he has stranglehold on its people. He does not care for them. Does not care for their well-being, and so they live in the mud and they live in squalor. It is not good. It is...
They should move to the forest.
I do not know if that is any safer.
It is, if you make it safe.
Well, at least here there are walls and there are buildings. In the forest there's not so much.
True. Oh, I feel bad for this town then.
Why do you think that I drink? There's only so much that one person can do.
Hazel drinks because it feels good, I think.
I got that impression, although she appears to be drinking because she is in a place that is not good. She was talking about parents and family.
Yes, that's her big issue right now, I think. Poor girl.
Well, if you would like to pick her up, she will be sleeping at mine. You can pick her up in the morning.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I'll tell Ayleen that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think I have to go rest as well.
It is a
with Ayleen. Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
I will stay a little longer, I think.
Yeah. Don't drink too much. Don't die.
I never do. And with that, she just slams her tankard down and another one appears before her and she starts to just drink once more.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Now, good night.
Good night. They so rarely are.
Yep. Ester heads up.
Okay. So, you had to sleep. And you both wake in the morning with the sound of the streets outside. And Ayleen, as you wake, you realize that it is just yourself, Mank, and Ester in the room. Hazel is nowhere to be seen.
All right, so Ayleen actually wanted to sleep shortly, just a nap. But since she had so many bad nights, I guess it's morning now. And she's freaking out not seeing Hazel, so she's like running towards Ester and Mank and just like shakes them. Esther, Mank, where's Hazel? Where's Hazel?
Ayleen, I know where Hazel is.
Where is Hazel? What happened?
What's her name? The female, the monk.
I'm the
Down
monk.
at the bar.
Oh.
That isn't the one with the big arms.
The drunk one?
Yeah.
Well, okay. You just give me a name. Well, like, where's Hazel?
I don't remember.
Is she down at the bar right now?
Maybe. We could check.
What? We'll just quickly look at Mank to see if Mank has anything to say about Hazel.
Mank just looks across and...
What's her name, Mank?
I don't care about the woman in the bar unless she has Hazel.
But she has Hazel. That's the thing.
What is she doing with Hazel?
Hazel is sleeping. Is sleeping at her place because she couldn't find us.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. I was talking to her yesterday.
I don't think she is, guys.
Listen, come on.
You don't understand. You don't get it, Esther. She's not.
She's sleeping with the other monk woman.
She's sleeping with a... She's not.
What?
Oh, no. Okay, this is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Mank, what's her name? Do you remember her name? The one with
the monk in town is name is Elder Myrene. Her name.
Yeah, Myrene. Exactly.
Yeah. You guys have no idea how it works with the order, do you?
This is too early in the morning for me. I'm failing to understand what the issue is.
Hazel's gone.
She said we could come pick her up in the morning.
Well, if you need to find Elder Myrene, you'll find her. She's at the old lighthouse on the docks.
Okay.
I believe that's where her office is.
And I would not continue speaking. I would just quickly put on my shoes and run downstairs.
Okay. Esther, what are you doing?
Yeah, come on, Mank. I guess we have to follow.
Do I have to? I was quite looking forward to staying in bed.
Okay, lazy. We'll see you later.
Right, see you later. And he just rolls over.
Esther runs after her. Eddie.
Is anyone sitting at the bar?
No one at the moment. You can see the barkeep just behind, just like wiping down, and he just nods at you.
Okay, I would keep on hurrying outside. Okay. Do I know where the lighthouse is? Actually, is it clear?
Make an investigation check. I'd say both of you make investigation checks.
Okay. 9.
11.
11. So you run through, and it takes you the better part of half an hour to find where you're going. You are asking around, and a lot of people just ignore you. It's a very, very unfriendly atmosphere in Renoras, and everyone you ask about where to look for, they just ignore you. And eventually you make your way onto the docks themselves. And walking along, at one point, Ayleen, you see a very familiar figure just sitting in one of the boats, just floating in the middle, as you see Martin, your father, just sat there. And powering on, you see just off in the distance a fairly tall, albeit very, very rickety-looking stone tower that is propped up with a number of wooden beams just from the ground of the dock up to the walls. It looks very, very unstable, but despite the fact that it looks like it is no longer in operation, you get the impression that this is the lighthouse. And as you get closer, you can see that on the wooden door, on the ground level, there is the symbol of your order, the same one that you hold around your neck, just carved quite subtly into the surface of the door.
I would pound the door. Pound on the door? Pound at the door? I don't know.
There's like, Esther, you watch as just slamming against the door, this sound echoes and reverberates, and you draw the attention of a number of individuals around you as Ayleen, you just continue slamming against it. And as you continue thinking that you're going to have to just break this door down, suddenly it opens and you just sort of go forward a little bit before stopping yourself. And Elder Myrene is just stood there. Oh, you have come for your friend.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is good to see you again. Apologies, I'm quite tired from previous night.
What is going to happen with the
Good
child?
morning. Oh,
She's a bit paranoid.
she is sleeping upstairs at the moment.
No, what is going to happen with her?
She is going to wake up and she will have breakfast, I am assuming, and then you can do what you want with her.
She's not going to the monastery?
Myrene is nice.
Well, she seems a little old for that.
What? Who are you to decide? Apologies. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Come upstairs. You can see her, and we will talk more. And with that, she just starts to ascend the spiral stone staircase and disappears out of view.
Just like give Esther like a yikes look and
Is
then
she-
follow.
Is she like your boss?
I think so.
Okay.
So climbing up the stairs of this old, dusty lighthouse, and as the door closes behind you, you eventually come to a small circular room at its top. And what used to house a large burning light now sits cold and dark, with books piled about next to stuffed shelves and a large, simple wooden desk off to one side. And the first thing you notice, and as you walk forward, Esther, your foot knocks against one of them. All around the room, on the floor, on shelves, on every surface, are empty glass bottles, some stood and others lying on the floor, clinking in a soft breeze that comes through the gaps that exist in the wall. And as you look around, and as Elder Myrene walks forward towards the desk, you see off to one side, sleeping on a bedsheet that just lies rolled out on the floor, the familiar, very small shape of your friend Hazel. And in her arms, you see Jerry just nuzzling against her. And Myrene just gestures. As you can see, out like a candle.
Has she been drinking?
She drank quite a lot. She drank at the bar, and she drank more when she came here as well. But I made sure that she was safe.
Are these bottles hers or are they yours?
They are mine, mainly.
I think you have a little bit of a problem. Myrene.
It is only a problem if you cannot control it and if you cannot hold your drink. I can do both.
Okay.
But thank you for concern.
What did you mean with her being too old?
Well, looking at her, I would say that she is 12, 13 years old. At most. We do not tend to go for ones quite so old.
But the
Yes, you
elder
are.
in Everspire said that he was very interested. He said that I should follow.
You are Elder... You're speaking of Elder Lucas, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So that would make you... Ayleen.
Yes. Again, I'm so sorry about earlier. I was just... sorry.
It is fine. We have tempers occasionally, and it is natural that they boil to the surface. Esther, perhaps you might take your friend somewhere more comfortable.
Hazel.
Potentially, I think that floor of cold, stony room is probably not best for child. I am thinking.
Okay. Yeah, I could take her back to Manx if you want to, Ellie.
Ah, yes, Mank. Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah, the monk, not the monk. The
Yes.
Not the monk, Mank. Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you,
of
Esther.
course.
Okay. Esther scoops up Hazel in her arms.
As you do so, she just kind of like just leans into you and sort of cuddles against your chest as you just hold her. And Jerry just like, and then seeing you just like sort of stand up on his hind legs and just rests against your collarbone, looking up at you and just.
Hey, Jerry. Don't worry.
And turning around, you take Hazel. And do you leave?
Yes. Go back
Okay.
towards Manx.
Okay, so you head out towards the Bat's Wing, leaving you, Ayleen, alone with Elder Myrene. This is interesting that our paths should cross.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that brought you to Renoras?
It's a long story, actually, but the short version is that we found a sword. A vampire sword. A sanguine blade. And I think it is the key to bringing the light. I'm sure that it's the key of spreading the light.
As you're talking, she just opens a drawer and pulls out what looks to be a very, very full glass bottle of ale and just places it on the surface. And she's listening, but she uncorks it and just starts to drink as she listens.
And isn't it a little bit early for that?
I would not say so.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm the key to bringing the light.
Ayleen, all amongst the key to bringing the light. It is our lot in life.
Yes. But I think I can actually do it.
I did not know that it was you, but Elder Lucas spoke very highly of you. He has been in correspondence ever since you were in Everspire.
Okay. May I know what he said?
I believe you and he had a conversation about your little friend. Was it Hazel that you
Yes.
said her name was?
Yes.
Well, he has been speaking with the High Elder.
About Hazel?
Do you believe that it is true that she is not from this place?
100% sure. Yes.
You have seen proof of it with your own eyes.
Sorry?
You have seen proof of it with your own eyes?
Yes.
Like I say, the girl is older than we would usually accept, but the High Elder, she wishes to meet with the child. If she has stepped through the mist wall and into our world, there's much that we can learn from her, wouldn't you say?
Does that mean I get to have a meeting with the High Elder? Because I am pretty sure Hazel would not do anything without me. She's seen me. I think she's starting to see me as a mother figure.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, if you believe that it would be good for you to accompany her, then yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready for that.
She's a nice girl, I would say.
You two have a lot in common.
Do you believe that she has... I do not know how to put it, but... do you believe that she holds answers to this place?
Yeah. This may sound a little bit weird, but I think I am the one who's holding the answers and attracting the answers as like a puzzle. And I think that with my journey out of the monastery so far, all I've done is accidentally run into little puzzle pieces and it's all coming together. And I feel like I'm somehow in the middle of it.
I would be careful. Ayleen, pride is something that we discourage amongst the monks.
Oh, it's not pride. It's that's not what I mean. I think it's facts rather than pride.
And what do you think that your destiny is, then, if I might ask?
To save Mournveil from the mist.
Something that the Order has been trying to do for a very long time, and you believe that after all of these years that you are the one to do it?
Yes.
That is a bold claim.
Have you ever exploded with light, with ki? And diminished all bad things around you in one move?
You are speaking of a connection that many do not have with the world around us. You're talking of something that it takes years and years to master, and if I may be so bold, you are quite young.
Exactly.
You believe this thing has happened to you?
I'm 100% sure.
Something that has only occurred in perhaps 5 members of our order before.
Yes.
When did this happen?
Yesterday. The night before yesterday.
Can you show me?
It was in the middle of combat. And I've tried to do it again after.
She punches you with a natural 20. So that's
Let's go.
that's oh my gosh. That's 19 points of damage as she just flings a fist forward and connects with your jaw, and you go sprawling to the ground, and she's like, "We're in combat now, show me."
What?
1 second, let me get back in character because that made me laugh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that was a little bit unfair. I wasn't really prepared for this.
It is not about fair. Get up and try and hit me. Show me what you can do.
Okay, fine. I was using my stick though. Just in the inn, but fine. Are you ready?
It is not about being ready. If you are going to hit me, then hit me.
Someone quickly donate 150 euros. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would try to center all my ki and punch.
I'll say make a wisdom check before you do.
All right. Wisdom check is a 20.
Okay.
And then I do an unarmed strike.
Okay.
23.
As you stand there and you just focus, you feel your feet against the floor. You feel how high up this floor is in comparison to the ground beneath, and you stretch out your consciousness down, 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 down through the salty air that inhabits the inside of this tower, and down to the ground of the docks. And below this into the earth, and the roots beneath it that stretch out into the pallid lake, and you feel a thrum. A light, soft thrum just move up and up and up. And as you prepare yourself and you open your eyes, they are golden. And you see Myrene just step back a moment as you just bring your fist round, and glowing with your veins showing underneath, you just bring your fist round and collide with her face as she just staggers back a bit and against the desk just looks at you. And for the first time in a very long time, you see her with very, very clear eyes as she just looks towards the bottle on the desk and then at you. And your eyes slowly begin to clear once more. How did you do that?
I'm not entirely sure, but this is something that's coming from deep within.
I think the Elder would like to see you. You made me bleed, student.
Sorry.
Do not apologize. Ayleen. It is a name people will remember, I am thinking.
Me too.
Go to the monastery when you can. And take that Hazel girl with you.
Oh, about that. I've been sent on a mission by Sir DuPont. I don't know if you know him. But it is really, really important that I do that first, I think. Because it is all connected to spreading the light and removing the wall of mist.
Make a persuasion check for me.
12.
She just looks at you. Whereabouts are you going?
I forgot the name of the forest.
Hartstead, you're headed.
To the Hartstead forest.
If you are headed to Hartstead, that would perhaps be beneficial for the Order as well.
Oh?
We used to have elders there. And then we lost all communication with the town.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have any representatives there anymore. If you can find out more about what is going on, then perhaps that would be good.
All right. And then I'll go there and then straight to the monastery after to inform you. Well, the monastery.
Good. Yes, that would be good, I am thinking.
Okay. Also, if I may ask a personal question. It's about alcohol. The child, Hazel, I think she's developing alcoholism. And I see that you understand that, perhaps. Is it bad or is it not? Do I need to stop it or encourage it?
It is a means of coping in a world that is not fair. I take it that you do not drink anything other than water, and I take it that you do not eat much beyond bread.
I've had chamomile tea yesterday. It was kind of nice. But other than that, yes.
I drink to stave off feelings of hopelessness and fear, and it may be the same for your friend.
So the answer on my question is...
that all you can do is help.
How?
Show her that you are there to support, I suppose. But it is different for each person, I would say.
Okay. All right. I should probably go. Sorry about the lip once more.
It is all right. It will heal, as all things do in time. Good luck on your journey, Ayleen.
Thank you.
May the monastery welcome you back with open arms.
I look forward to that. And may you feel better soon.
I think it is long past time for that for me.
That's depressive.
So is this world, Ayleen.
Well, I'm gonna stop that, so don't you worry. It's gonna be over soon.
So long.
And I would bow awkwardly and make my way out of the room and then the house.
So you head down the stairs and make your way towards the bat's wing. And you see that Mank is just outside, stretching. Right. You get everything done that you need to.
What? We had a whole day, right? We're going
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we do. Well, if there's nothing else we need to do.
Well, there's a lot I need to do. I haven't done anything.
Right, fine. Fine.
And it would actually help and speed things up if you helped out. We need horses. We need to have someone fix up our cart to make it, so that it's not falling apart mid-journey. We need some more food. We need some more... we need to check our weapons, see if someone can sharpen them. We need to... what else do we need?
Esther comes out at that same time. After being inside.
How's the little one doing? Is she recovering?
She seems okay.
Good.
She's just eating right now.
Good.
It's fine.
Right.
How did it go, Ayleen?
Really well.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the light stuff again.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she basically said that I was right, and that I was gonna be the one that's gonna save the world.
Oh, you got in confirmation. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely, much needed ego boost for you, I'm sure.
that jealousy I feel?
As their taps.
Is that jealousy I sense?
Shoulder.
Not jealousy. If I'm being paid, makes no mind to me.
Sure.
That's your safety blanket.
Yeah.
Mank. You're like
Nice
money.
mask you got.
Yeah, you're like, I got money to everything. So that's a nice blanket to have.
Well, you are teaching me so much about the world. It's very nice.
Oh, Esther.
I can show you the world. As a wise prince said.
I'm sorry, Mank. We're sorry. We take you very serious.
No, you don't. And that's
No, we
fine.
don't.
So, horses, weapons, supplies. Yep.
Yes. And some paper for on the way to inform Dupont.
Okay, fine. I will go get Mr. DuPont's raven so that we have that for the journey. If you want to grab the other things, be my guest.
Yeah, that seems fair. Sure.
Okay. Show us the way. Show me the way, Ayleen.
Okay, so for expediency's sake, what are the things that you are getting? So you want new horses, yes?
How many horses were left after the disaster? One.
So there were
Two.
two more. So you lost two and you've kept two. So did you want to buy two more?
Yes.
So the horses will set you back 75 gold each.
What?
Horses are quite expensive.
I'll take. No. Can I play this out?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So you head towards. You're searching for a little while until eventually you're pointed in the direction of some stables, and coming to them, you see a number of horses inside, all fairly thin and sickly looking, nowhere near the large mounts that you've seen in Everspire or indeed Witchshire. But there is an individual, sort of wiry black hair and a fairly dirty apron, and you can see that in their clothing there are bits of hay that stick out. But this individual just turns around and, hello, how can I help you?
Hello. We need 2 horses for a very important mission to save
the
Mournveil
world
from the mist.
Yay! Exactly.
Right. Well, we've got quite a fast one there. We've got more of a load-bearing horse there, but I'll set you back 75 gold each for each of those.
75 gold. No, you're not understanding.
You have donkeys.
We are here to save the world.
Right, and I'm here to run a business. So, look, horses are not cheap. I'm telling you now, they're the only way of getting around this godforsaken place. In answer to your question, Missy, we do have donkeys. They'll take you back around 30 gold.
Donkeys! Ayleen.
Fine, we'll take 2 donkeys.
2 donkeys, all right. So, and there's as one of the donkeys that moves forward, and you can see 2 of them being brought in. He's like, right, so that'll be 60 gold then, please, altogether.
I can pay for one.
Esther!
Yeah. What?
We can offer you 40 for the 2 of them.
Make a persuasion check for me.
17.
Ooh.
Tell you what, 45, and I'll throw in 2 saddles as well.
Sir, please, we have a sick little girl.
Esther.
Right.
And she really wants a donkey, sir.
Fine, 45 and no saddles then.
What? No,
Esther,
please, sir.
Listen, sir.
please.
Esther, could you not ruin this? Sir, listen. We need 40 and including the saddles. For this specific reason, this is going to help you eat for how long? Multiple weeks. Do you think there are going to be more adventurers passing through this godforsaken town looking for 2 donkeys. Is there anyone buying these poor, insanely skinny horses? We can feed you and your maybe family for multiple weeks.
I'm not married, I'm single.
Ooh.
I'm not surprised. Regardless, you can take 40 gold.
And saddles. Okay. Tell you what, where are you headed?
Why does that matter?
You might be able to deliver a letter for me.
Okay, that's gonna set you back to 35.
No. I'm throwing in saddles as well, so
Oh, that's a good deal.
Right, where do you need the letter to go?
let's go into Brecton.
Where?
And how early do you need that to be delivered?
Just whenever, but if you're going down
Sure.
south, chances are you're probably
It's
headed through.
sure thing, sir.
Alright. 40 gold it is. And saddles. He just takes the gold and you have 2 rather emaciated looking donkeys, but looking at them you get the impression they'll probably be able to pull the cart fairly well. They are beasts of burden more than anything.
Hey, donkeys.
So, what else is it that you're wanting to buy?
Just enough food and some paper and some pens or like quills.
Okay, I'll say altogether, like that will put you back for food for your entire journey, and supplies. It's fairly cheap, so around 2 gold probably
Okay.
in total. Yeah. So you grab your items and you head back to the Bat's Wing. And is there anything else that you want to do before setting off on your journey the following morning?
Hug with Hazel. I know we can't play that out, but Ayleen would definitely like hug her to comfort her.
She's silent and just sort of stares forward as you do, and you can tell that she's not ready to talk yet. But perhaps in a bit. Maybe a week or so. But yeah, you can tell that she's going to need a little bit more time.
And then I'm just gonna relax my butt off and clean myself.
Okay. And Esther, is there anything you're doing before setting off the following morning?
Sitting in the bargain, just chilling. Again.
So, the evening passes, and eventually night comes, and you all have one more stay at the Bat's Wing. The 3 of you and Mank all sleep. And eventually morning comes, and the grey light of the sun streams in through the bottled glass windows, stretching across the ground, and you all wake. And Mank just looks around at all of you and, I'll go get the cart ready.
Make sure to put the donkeys in front of it and not the horses.
Yep, fine. And he heads on downstairs. And is there anything anyone wants to do before heading off?
No.
Nope.
Okay. So, you head down, and bidding goodbye to the barman, you go down the steps towards the street level. And you see the cart waiting in front with a number of different sacks and crates and barrels piled in the back, now full of various supplies that you will need for the journey. And Mank is sat out front with the 2 horses to either side and the 2 donkeys pulling the cart. And he turns around to everyone and, right, does Hazel want to sit on the cart with me?
Yeah.
I don't know, Hazel, do you?
Hazel just shrugs and walks forward, and as she reaches up to climb, You see Mank just hesitate a moment and then reach down and just help pull her up onto the cart next to him. And there you go. Come on. You can help drive the donkeys.
And Ayleen
Right.
would look like a little bit extra long at Mank and just like smiles a little bit awkward.
He just shrugs and goes.
Ayleen snaps out of it.
So, you're getting on the horses?
Yes.
Okay. So, getting on the horses, Mank turns around to all of you and just, right, aye, and cracks on the reins, and the donkeys begin to move forward. They move through the streets and through the town, and as you approach the gates, you see Captain Byron of the town guard just turn to see all of you, and then, right, open up! And the gates, as the cart makes its way out, followed by the two of you, as you ride out over the sunken bridge and onto the barely marked road as you begin to make your way south. As you do so, can you both make perception checks for me, please?
13.
18.
Okay. So as you're riding, mist surrounds you, and you continue making your way further south along roads as the wastelands stretch out behind you, getting further and further into the distance, and eventually Renoras itself is little more than a silhouette in the distance. But as you continue on, Ayleen, you keep a watchful eye on Hazel, and occasionally you see Mank just bend down and sort of try and talk to her, but she says nothing, and he just sort of shrugs and continues. And Jerry just sits on the edge of the cart, just looking around it. And Dog just stands in the back of the cart as well, just looking around it.
Dog sit.
As you look at Dog, Esther, and Dog sits there before just rolling onto his back, with his ears just flopping to one side and his tongue just lolling out of his mouth, you see one of the sacks in the back of the cart. You see that it is full of oranges, and you see that sort of rolling out of the top. One of the oranges just falls off the back of the cart, and if you didn't know better, you would say that there is something moving inside the sack.
Ayleen, something.
Huh?
There's oranges falling off the cart.
Oh.
We're losing oranges.
No, it's okay. I'll pick it up. And I would turn my horse around and go back and search for the orange.
You're able to find it. It's fairly, like, as with most of the food in Mournveil, to say it is orange is probably a bit of an over-exaggeration. It's fairly grey and withered, but you reach down and you grab it, and as you do so, you look up towards the cart and you can see the sack on the back of the cart just shifting ever so slightly.
The sack.
Stop! Mank, stop!
Right, and he just, like, pulls the donkeys that just come to a stop.
Who's there? I would yell at the oranges.
The sack of oranges just moves ever so slightly before going still.
I would grab my stick and get off my horse and just walk like closer and closer. Speak up or I have to attack.
Dog, come here. Come.
And as Dog moves forward, he just suddenly stops by the sack and just turns and just moves into it and just burrows underneath.
Dog! Oh my goodness.
Dog, come back! Dog! No! Don't do that!
You see whatever is in the sack just suddenly just start to move and spasm as you just hear and you just eventually something springs out, or rather someone, and it is someone that you recognize as a voice just says the following.
Hey, it's Cider. I need you to know first and foremost, I still don't have shoes, which is fine. I don't need shoes anyway. However, well, I need to let you know that we will be back in 2 weeks, okay? Have a good one. Okay, bye!
And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh my god, Sam!
So Sam will be joining us again. We are taking a 2-week break, unfortunately. Both Glosske and myself are not around next week, but when we are back in 2 weeks' time, on the 23rd, I believe, Cider will be back, and Sam will be with us for the foreseeable future. Yeah, that is this week's episode. Thank you all so much for joining. I don't know if that audio worked for everyone.
Yes, it
did.
did.
It worked.
Yes,
Okay.
it did.
Yeah, do we want to go around and plug what we're currently working on at the moment?
Yes! Dude, that's so cool. I can't wait to play with Sam. I'm Arianna, and tomorrow I'm going to... I don't want to talk about my stream because I'm like, I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, that's so fun. Esther, can you go... Elina, can you go first? Because I think there's a meme that is super cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Elina, twitch.tv/Elina. Here you have it. And I do streams pretty much every day, but on Saturday I'm doing a special 24-hour stream actually. I'm gonna try to stay awake for 24 hours. We'll see how that goes.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, we will see. I'll try at least. Yeah, thank you. So that's where I'll be hanging out on Saturday at least.
Okay, that's a really long. By the way, for anyone who wants to see the meme, !mark Discord links you to the Discord.
Yes.
And there is a Cantrip memes channel. I haven't been able to properly read it yet because my streamer brain is activated and it has some text. So I will check that soon. But for myself, !mark Arianna in the chat. Tomorrow I've got a few guests and we're going to be playing some games again like every Friday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do a subathon. And I'm gonna like do a lot of extra cool stuff with y'all. It is capped not at 24 hours but at 12, so we'll see how long it lasts. And I'm really excited about it because I'm gonna go all out with everything. So !mark Arianna.
And I'm Ed. You can find me on Twitter at Edward_Spence_. I will be GMing from this Saturday onwards the first episode of the second season of Stories Told, The Fifth House, which is our Harry Potter TTRPG campaign, which we did earlier in the year to raise money for Mermaids UK and other trans communities. Because of how much you loved it, we are coming back for a second season. And who knows? There are 7 years at Hogwarts. We may well do more after this. But I'm so excited to be reunited with that cast. And Sam is one of those players as well. So check in if you would like to check that out. That will be Saturday at 9 p.m. BST. And yeah, I couldn't be more excited to be delving back into that world. But I think that's everything from us. So we will be back in 2 weeks with the full gang and Sam as well. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay wonderful, and wherever you are, I hope you're well. But we love you so much, and we'll see you soon. Okay? Bye.